Hello, welcome again to the moment of truth. It's only Chronicles with Andrea in the house. I hate giving introductions. Well, I understand you are judicial assistant to the fence, but why this sudden ingress into my courtroom? What? A judicial assistant? A woman, no less? The rules state the females are not permitted into this court law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I only asked 5 minutes at a time. With some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. You're too late, little girl. The trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment. But your excellency, bitch! I'm very grateful for it. But shut up. Shut up. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something written in English, blah blah. Is Giselle Brit research? Is a poison research? The English woman? After the trial resumed earlier, hurry back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson laboratory, the medical faculty, and buried his papa. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So does it this research, whatever it is, have something to do with this case? I'm afraid I don't know. Thank you, Susato. Thank you. I haven't been able to listen to the proceeding of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristic of a courier and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Is poison courier? What's that? It sounds like one of the spells used in Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. Okay, never heard of it. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful, thank you! Giselle report. You put them in detail on unknown poison. The news evidence has been researched during the time. Good luck. Goodbye, then good luck. Zoom. Zoom. You have a long in the council you can detain your English priest any longer. As the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not. But what? But what? Huh? The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, you're out of option here. This really is our last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. Yes, okay. That look. Then you'll disturb the true Japanese warrior. Really? Well, Miss Brett. Yes, Your Excellency. Yeah, Your Honor. I don't know. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I politely declined. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat this as an order. I said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. My apologies, dear lady. I got a bitch! We got a jail, bitch! So counts. What is the new evidence that demands to the court's attentions? The poison, mate. Goddammit. Do I even have to click it? Yes! Just fucking show it. Miss Giselle Brett. We understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at the Human University doing research. Research by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Why are you going to with this, counsel? A toxin known as courier, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to an instant death.
Objection!
What? What complete other nonsense? Queer, you say? I never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? She discovered it. I mean that you wouldn't have heard of career before. One very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. Oh, wow, cool. It doesn't exist? Correct. Which means no matter what test the police can do for toxin, they never identify career. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What? Make her drink it, make her drink the water, make her drink the water. Ora. Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Queer has long been used by the tribes people of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. Seems that they're reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? It's very deadly. The report states that it produces from an extract of a tree and grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims the animals shot by arrows laced with Guerrero suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery! These are person are used for trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have, suspected it. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible sign of distress is evident that gray were used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters the person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strains and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there will be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, if a man lost all strains in his muscle, he collapsed on the floor, but with a chair under him for support and Dr. Wilson, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. Just paralysis. I thought the poison causes instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes muscle that control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while the victim is conscious and aware, such unable to move. Just unable to move. That's hideous. To the observer, it will look almost like the victim was sleeping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments will be living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly career poison. Madam, would you mind drinking this carbonated water? And you're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison? This is all very convenient, isn't it? He had unknown poison for which there is no means of testifying. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may, all these facts you think you are so clever, but you must be taught. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Yeah, lady. What the hell? So, this is how you Japanese behave, isn't it? What? You steal another honest hard work and then announce the result as if you discovered it. I'm appalled at what our load is marked. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever you mean, do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. There really is a loathsome act. You won't do your bit. Enough of this. If everyone refuses to accept it, the idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in Green Pyro Japan is breaking the rules. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me. Your Excellency? Yes, Miss Brett. May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes, I don't see why not. She drink it? She drink that! Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry? To an English woman such as myself, these whole affairs is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antiques is laughable, really. Huh? But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time to games to end. Cheers. She's gotta drink it. Wait, what? What are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How proud of this shabby affair. Goodness, whatever is the matter, you all look quite stunned. She looks fine. So, no curious? The bottle was clean? Is what you are saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy, but of course. That's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue, most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Oh, yes, Miss Brett. If you'd like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. This doesn't make sense. Had to have been poisoned that bottle. So now, how did she? How'd she swallow a whole glass and leave to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to be poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can have been, because otherwise she will have keeled over the head. Of course, it contains no poison. The glass contains poisons. That's all. There is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious? If there was poison there, she'd be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really stuns me. But sometimes I need to do staining. Until it's dark as your uniform in the ways of the word. That what this call is supposed to represent? Really? Ouch. Was Guileless ending promising line inquiry comes for which you will be penalized. I thought it was in the glass. Ouch. This whole trial is poisoned. There has to be poisoned that bottle, doesn't there? There can't have been because otherwise she will kill her. Killed? Come on, this I'll have to close into that bottle. That bottle contain poison? The culprit did put grey poison with carbonate water. Right, the defense refused to change its position. Serious? Paul, are you blind? This may not know that was a region of use and Spanish isn't trying to give the green name to the mentioned could win the base in his body to a wound such as inflicted by a. Huh. This ability to render the human body paralytic believed that the toxin could have application on anesthetic. However, spirit the rest of the result of the product first or a patient will die of suffocation. Blowpipe. That? Are you blind? There's no possible way the bottle could contain poison. I mean, you just saw. Miss Bright drinking the water from it. That's right. You should try to complicate your argument, I think. I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the courtroom somewhere. It has to be. It has to be. Very well, in the defense really intends to assert his claims. Then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume supposedly poison were unscattered? How the witness was able to consume supposedly poison water unscattered? This
Yes!
reason? The answer to this riddle is right here, Mr. Bird, in research. That's not a valid explanation. After all, we don't speak English. The report is the gibberish. These immigrant young scoundrel is trying to ridicule court, Your Excellency. I'm trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Sultan's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered its entirety by the court. Well, fuck me. Will direct us to the pertinent section, Counsel. Which section report reveals the alleged answer to the riddle? The special characteristic, if I'm not wrong. I'm actually not so certain about it. We hear a lot about this cuir poison. Yes, we did. And this left me curious about something. Oh, Counsel? Well, it sounds like the thought indigenous hunter have been using this poison for years and years. To lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot whatever prey they are hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these lace arrows, doesn't that mean there will be trace of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters would want to eat their prey, wouldn't they? Because they would be eating poison. Good gracious, Counsel! That would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum. In this research paper we hear, under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after the entering the body through the wound. Through wound? You say? I see, that makes sense. Yeah. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seems a little strange to me though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When cuir enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poison effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poison effect whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you altered this research, you knew cuir's special characteristic, and you knew that you could make a spectacle drinking that drink without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Oh, he went alive? Rascaloon? Is there an actual swarm? Is an actual swarm in there? Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out. I'm cool. You're even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Thank you. Really? Me? Not that very kind of you. A lawyer?
Objection!
Oh, all this poison talk is fascinating, sure. But I fail to see how this is a possibility. So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with some facts he read in a book. I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What you're trying to say? Your schoolish logic has a fatal flaw. There's no wound. Schoolish, boyish? Flaw? You know, your brain has managed to reduce cuir is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its fats are neutralized by the acidic nature of a gastric succus. Oh, yes. Well, of course. Gastric suckers? What the fuck? So if this little poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, wouldn't he? Huh. That's right? Oh, gracious. That is basic science that even schoolboys should be able to understand, no? Well, my problem is that, why do you have to... Okay, Odin quote? I don't know. The logic holds, if the lady and the professor drank the same poison, it will be affected in the same way, I guess. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this QA pose is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little coachable like you could understand something as simple as that. Wait, what? What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt it. Oh no, it's the power of contradictions. Felt it like this before. Sort of convince you to break down all the discrepancy. So intense, almost rage-like. More than anything else, is an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
I don't think so, Miss Giselle Pratt. How dare you to use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both of you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Huh? Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you must provide compelling evidence, as we know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the courier? You mean
Take that!
the wound? No? I'm sorry, Counsel, but this does not inspire confidence. Huh? Listen, Ryunosuke, there's no need to overthink this. You know, the courier talks effect only come into play when the poison enters the body beyond the wound. Right, so that can only mean that Dr. Winter drank his glass of water. He must have been somewhere that let the poison in. Exactly. So we need to some evidence. Wait, what? It's not in the glass? Oh, of course. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, as now they completely ingested. Or would have been killed by the courier. Oh shit! You mean because he had a wound inside his mouth?
Take that!
As Miss Brad so clearly pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? Oh, you notice. Toxic effects to courier are only felt when the poison enters his body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like a wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and both tooth extracted, for example. That makes sense. Miss Brett, you acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that is it. Use that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she? Laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so purely. Purely? What do you mean by that? Don't worry, little schoolboy, you'll find out soon enough. You see? When you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! She's gonna break the bottle. I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! What is it? What just happened? The English she just smashed that bottle into the Supreme Court. The terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect as much water from the broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. They have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. You're cool. How cool you won't get away with this. You can calm the bench or shout as much as you like, Mr. Boy. I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? Is there really was poison in the bottle, or not? And let us not to forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, Counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady? That's right. Really look at these photographs, it's as clear as the day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
We still didn't find the actual gun. No, you killed the victim today using courier, and then in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to was to turn to that professor and his chair around. You see, that had every opportunity to commit this crime. What wonderful imagination you have, young man. You still need to find the gun. A hidden gun, you say? And I shoot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly, and you have nothing to support your wild claims. The prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered by cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? Heather, but now, is she really going to get away with it? The way they destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke! Yes? You come to this far, but now you're the only one who can finish this. What? What do you mean? We lost a vital piece of evidence, true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You mean the hat? You told me before that your powers of observation were one thing could really happen the venom? Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. To think back again, try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. Color and smell? What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Wait, why are you zooming on the... Every color? Wait, what? There was blood on it? It's Kazuma, right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue? It's presented as... There's a clue! Actually, Kazuma. I think I might have something. I don't know what it is, actually. Think about over everything I saw. I think I might have uncovered another clue. You mean the blood? You always have something up your sleeve, don't you? Ryunosuke. Oh, come on, let's wipe smile off the English woman face with some evidence. Alright, I can't wait. I actually don't know what it is. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever this could be, the key will arrive the truth about all this. Is there somewhere? The clue that shows how Dr. Wilson, real killer, must have been... The clue that shows Dr. Will, real killer, must have been his... Somewhere the clue that shows... The blood? Wait, what?
Take that!
Inspector Hosogawa, answer me this. Yes, what is it? He's still miles away. Anyway, as you said a number of times, you strive for perfection in your investigation, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of the steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection!
Wait a minute. Are you going with... Where are you going with this, little boy? This is just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene showing this photographic print with my own eyes that day. I saw that one on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a sputtering of blood. What? Could have been his? Oh really? And what of it? Obviously that must have happened to you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. What? Yes. For blood to have bent into the table, this implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite to the professor as you were. Giselle Brett. Beg your pardon? This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is the court to respect Bolivia something accused has apparently just remembered seeing? Are you bleeding, Hasanagawa? This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean it? Yes, I took the plate, in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Pratt. I took the steak that the surgeon had been eating. I did it all in the name of justice. I was like, oh, you're so cool, even though you're bleeding from your left mouth. You kind of look like the father of from how you call it, Food Wars. How you call it? The main heroine, hair-wise. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's lost and misbred plate. We must examine it now. Inspector? Go wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, ah. Yes, I are. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? No blood? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector. The blood, man. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. There was no blood? Fuck. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible. And I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What a becoming expression of the boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the empire. Wait, what? I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial. Let's hope so. This is Let's Pretend attempt at the courtroom proceedings painful to watch. I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. This is sorry-looking stick reveals the fact all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Little stick was being added. Wait, what? I saw the figure of my imagination. This doesn't look like the steak she was eating. That's weird. Ryunosuke. It's not over here until the final gable, huh? Never stop believing you. Keep looking forward, no matter what. It looks different. Really? Yeah, because if you see on the picture... wait. No, actually... was not the steak? No, it is. Huh? Weird. I don't know. Believing myself, really. I don't know, actually. I'm very confused. Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been yet shown problematic anyway, presume my evidence, blah 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 blah. Okay, you know what? I'll examine it for game's sake. Yep, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see any blood. Can't find anything out of place. Wait, what? Huh? What the? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark of the Hoi area, I believe. I don't mean that is it. I mean, what is doing there? Wait, you say it was a Hokkei Koban? Yes. And apart from the meat juicy looks to be in good condition and that is very valuable. This first time today there's been talk of Hokkei Koban. I've heard of pearls before wine, but I never heard of bullion and bouillon. I don't think you're willing, okay? This is the sergeant's steak, by the way. This is totally what this means. This is not the steak. Presume further examination will be unnecessary. But it has any objection? That Paul was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this place steak reveal any further clues? There's another clue. For your excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. And the only thing shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with the beefsteak. Your excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? will not be able to turn a blind eye to any unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Pratt, but we must ensure through examination evidence. If I am a judge in here, I'd be extremely suspicious because you just broke out evidence. I will not give you a ruling until I'm completely satisfied whether all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As newly affirmed ally of my country, that is still your position, isn't it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Yeah, of course, I don't trust you just to break evidence in front of the court. Also for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding. Where beside the plate it can be found. Huh? What the hell? You just saw it, Jesus. I think it's a Koban coin. Talma is from Hawaii Island, I believe. Oh, well, I did. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, you say koi bone? Yeah, my juice very valuable, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, bouillon, blah, blah, it's the same stuff. Oh, I have to press it. I thought clicking it was enough. Good gracious! What's that? A Koban? What on earth? A Hawaii one, at that. You gave me the wrong steak, bitch. Miss Pratt. This is, in fact, a beef steak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, isn't it? Tell me. Why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath it? What a ridiculous question, how should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life, I don't know what it is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is irrelevant, a coin underneath. It could simply have been careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. A Kohai Koban coin? Don't be absurd, we're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Kohai Koban just appears to be hidden underneath a piece of steak. It turns out to be relevant to the case. I might up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right, it can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency? Yes, Consul? This is one only. A rare Kohai Koban just happens to be hidden underneath a piece of steak. If it is pronounced to be relevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. By all means, don't let that stop you. No one invited you. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it's you is irrelevant, even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what he's doing underneath the stake. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban steak. My god, this trial is so much longer. Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer at the owner of Ryunosuke Naruhodo-san. Curie? As in cucumber or something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfoundable. Yes. I told him I would testify earlier alongside the military surgeon, correct? You gave me the wrong steak, bitch. Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he has up to something his Koban coin when it happened. It was at the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interests me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for the treasure. Indeed, the Hawaii Koban, my prized coin. And this Hawaii era Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
No, please. Why would Naruhodo-san Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beef steak and his plate? Makes no sense.
Yes!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Naruhodo-san back to the witness stand, so... Oh my god, I wanna be done with this actually. Bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. Really? You're going to do this? You're prolonging like this trial so much. Maybe we come back to play a pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch. I'm wasting our time if we chase down the real significance of this Koban. We'll find out the key element in the case. I'm quite confident this is the surgeon's stake. He actually stated it. You're even sweating. What's it all about? Why I've been called up again? Do you realize this diner time for little boy baby idol? When my sign body is empty, his fears stand back of wolves. Exploited by the police, we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false testimony. And when cast from this cauldron myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a waterless withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun has set on this Ryunosuke shop owner existence. Be that as may, Korekuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your ascertained memory serves, have you ever seen this Koban? Yes, that's it! The one, the very one, the very exact one that is! You're pleasant, splendid for the way treasure that my rusty bones managed to displace that fateful day. Can be. As I thought. You're just wasting time, young man. Light that this decreed old fool put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Oh, I'm not sure it was dropped anywhere. We found a yokoi sandwich between a beefsteak and his plate, soaking the seasoned meat juices. Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously? Clearly couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my holy treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. We will do such thing, such unconscionable thing. I feel like he gave us the wrong steak. Excuse me. Could I say something? What is so sad? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. What? Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation. Oh my god, we're gonna even talk about the fucking secret. The Carnival's high-class Western cuisine restaurant attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Okay. Recently, there has been a run of similar executed thefts targeting the restaurant-rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Okay. Wicked crimes indeed. We want to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. Seems likely that this common incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief working the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already at the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hate Korekuta-san Koban is all too clear. What? What? It's too clear. Okay, I think the court would like to hear the fans' views with this matter. Can we move on? Cool, boss. Obviously, it only can be you. Sergeant Years or not, huh? What? How dare you? You monster. Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm a master thief like a van, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Aido. Aido is the mastermind behind all this. Wait, what? Wait, what? Are you blaming your kid? You will push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, and he's a little baby? It's you or you're the monster sergeant, Nosa. Why everyone's so fucking angry? You. What the hell is going on? Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant ESR Nosa preparing to stand down in the cold Supreme Quarter. What the fuck? What? Hello, warrior? Many of you know of the extraordinarily low wages Nippon Imperial Army pays those expect to keep our country safe. Instead, the temporary increase in taxation only to easily end the conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. And all I want is to put hot a meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant. The place is heavy with money. Like 3 days ago there to recognize for our target. I enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time. It's not like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is really unbelievable. Now your target today was the old man and he's coming. Yes, sir. He was an easy monk. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. Why was it the steak? Veritable phantom thief you are? I was all set to leave the steak. I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang. Yes, and the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished, either too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that he'd be able to run the zoo with it again at a later time date. Wait, which steak?